Start. Rural areas as well as in the urban areas, this is not only unemployment but there is also underemployment on a very large scale, which is one of the main causes of our poverty. And if the plan succeeds in enlarging these opportunities of employment, it will have attained a very great object. Then, sir, another object and the principle is to promote enterprise among the different classes. Now, sir, the whole nation is not just on one level as it is in the case of France, Germany, or England. We are, if I may say so, a sort of multinational pupil. All sorts of communities are there. We have got the backward areas, we have got the scheduled tribes, we have got the scheduled castes, and certain communities have got an advantage over other communities, maybe for any reason or maybe due to the British period. There is, for instance, the Parsi community or the Marwari community, whereas there are large sections of the people who have got no hand in the industries at all, who merely live on agriculture and are therefore on a very poor level. Therefore, our aim is to plan investments in such a way would lead to the promotion of industrial enterprises among the disadvantaged classes, so that every section of the community, every caste in the community may have an equal opportunity for all the good things of life, because merely calculating that our per capita income will be so much or our national income will be so much will not solve our problems. What we want is that all the communities which have been at a disadvantage so far, for whatever may have been the historical reasons, should have equal opportunity to advance and better their conditions of life. Then all the jealousies between region and region, between class and class, and between caste and caste will go, and then we shall begin to feel that this Commonwealth is a cooperative Commonwealth in which all have a share on equal share in these opportunities, then the object is that we must industrialize the country as quickly as possible with a great emphasis on heavy industries. To that end, the government of India has pronounced a new industrial policy, revising the policy that had been laid down in 1948, and this new policy lays down that the public sector has to enlarge so as to include all industries of basic and strategic importance or in the nature of the public utility services. This is all very nice. They have given schedules more or less on the lines of the schedules attached to the Indian Constitution. The Prime Minister was at great pains yesterday to explain with which all reasonably minded people will agree that the private sector should be allowed and encouraged to play its full part so that productive machinery or production apparatus does not suffer any diminution in the volume or quantum of production stock.